Hi, everybody. This is Mitch Dunn with the Cincinnati Pickleball Club, and I am honored to be joined by Don Seibert today for a conversation about something near and dear to both of our hearts, which is helping the youth of Cincinnati and Northern Kentucky and the greater Cincinnati region get involved with pickleball. Don, welcome.
Thank you, Mitch. Happy to be here.
Don, as you know, I am very, very impressed by what you are doing in Northern Kentucky, so much so that I wanted the club to hear more about it. And I wondered if you could just start by giving us an overview of what you've been doing in Northern Kentucky to drive participation in high school pickleball.
Okay. Well, it all began last Labor Day when we happened to see Anna Lee Waters in the tournament, and we met her family and saw her firsthand. And it occurred to us at the time that the kids in our schools in Northern Kentucky don't have the opportunities that were afforded to her, and so a lot of them probably can't even spell pickleball. So we made it our mission to go out after that, and we formed a nonprofit called Pickleball and Education. And the mission of that little organization, it's a 501c3, and we collect donations and paddle donations and all kinds of things. And we go out to the schools, and there's in our little 10-county region of what's called Northern Kentucky, there are 40 high schools and about 33,000 students. And we want to make sure that they all get at least exposed to pickleball. And we're doing that through the physical education teachers at the various schools. Our situation is a little different than what you have on your side of the river. We have 40 high schools, and they're in 40 different school districts. So we can't deal with one school district and have it apply to multiple schools. We have to go out individually to each one. And we've mounted a big campaign of emails and phone calls and using volunteers to go out and try to make contact with them. Well, if you've been around schools in this day and age, it's difficult to get in with the schools because they all have locked doors in the front, and you got to have an appointment, and nobody answers their phone because they're all so busy. They're understaffed, and we understand all that. So we got to keep working and working until we get referrals from different people into other. And once we got a couple of schools going, then those PE teachers referred us to others. And right now, out of the 40 high schools in the 10-county region, we have made contact with 22 of them. We've actually physically visited 18 of them, and we've taught PE instructors in 15 or 16 of those. And each school that has it, the deal is that as they provide a teacher that we can teach how to teach pickleball, we supply them with one net, 12 paddles, and a couple dozen balls. And then because of that, we're able to get a court set up in their gym or wherever on campus, and we list them on places to play, and we help them apply for the USA Pickleball Grant, usually through the YPP program. And it's working pretty well so far. We've got a competition going on between several of our schools where they put a line on the wall 34 inches off the ground and another one 7 feet from the wall, and we teach them to bounce the ball off the wall and see how many times they can keep it going. So we have a paddle, a paddle donated by Battle Paddle to in each school for the winner of that contest, a minimum of 500 hits against the wall. And the kids are excited about it, and there's good competition going on between the schools. We hope now, as the school year is ending, we hope to get things going stronger over the summer, although we don't know how exactly we're going to be contacting the additional schools, whether the administrators, the PE teachers are going to be available. But we're going to be firing up to hit the ground running this summer and have some teach the teacher clinics, one in June, July, and August, and each one of those, and see how many PE teachers we can get through the program in the summertime and help them get equipped and set up to at least have one court and be able to teach classes. And then we go back out and help them with the students. We've actually been hands-on with the students on the first classes that several of those PE instructors have taught. So it's pretty exciting. Yeah, kids are, for the most part, really picking it up and having fun with it. When we started out, we expected to be maybe 20% of the kids would get excited about it and browse, but actually it's more than half. So we're pretty enthusiastic.
That is fantastic. Don, what's in your background that led you to lean into this to such an extent? That's the part that I've just been fascinated by, is how much time and organization you're putting behind it. What got you into this
Well,
mindset?
okay, I've been an entrepreneur all my life, and I built one or two software companies over the years, and I sold one in 27 years ago, and I retired at 51 years old. So I'm 78 now, and I use that entrepreneurial skills and organization and email capabilities and computer stuff to do the administrative tasks, and I've got volunteers helping me, most of all my wife, who helps organize things and contact and follow up and get the equipment and all that sort of thing. So I've basically been an IT guy my whole career, but and an entrepreneur. So I'm not used to I'm not unfamiliar with marketing campaigns. So that's what I see this as a big marketing campaign.
Yeah, I do too. Does she share your passion for pickleball?
Well, yeah, she and I both play 6 days a week. We share our time between the Campbell County YMCA, Fort Thomas Tar Park, Town and Country in Wilder. We play quite a bit over at the Sawyer Point, and we just enjoy playing and try to get at least an hour and a half of pickleball in every day. And we're both in our 70s, so it's good exercise, and it really has helped.
What do you do on that seventh day that you don't play pickleball?
The Lord even rested on the seventh day. So
I hope that was going to be your answer. Don, what do you see as the future, just in general, for pickleball in high school? Do you see it becoming more formal over time, or do you think it stays kind of informal in gym class and stuff like that?
well, I see it evolving as pickleball is evolving in colleges, and colleges are now having scholarships. I see it evolving as an intercollegiate school sport. Particularly in Kentucky, we have the Kentucky High School Athletic Association, and we've been working with them, trying to get them to embrace what we're doing. Right now, most of our efforts with KHSAA have been to get them to relax their rules about tennis courts. They have a rule that says no high school tennis tournament can be played on a court that is not USTA standard. And that one little thing is making a lot of people build pickleball courts rather than relining existing courts that are sitting out on their campus. So that's kind of an issue. It means attending a lot of city council meetings and all that, trying to promote. It's pretty easy to promote, though, because the all-inclusiveness of pickleball, when you go to a city council and you say, here's something that you can spend money on, it's going to affect all of your population, not just certain kids or certain adults, whatever. It'll get seniors as well as families and kids, and that's what's really cool about pickleball in this respect.
Yeah, I agree. Are you getting support from any of the paddle manufacturers? I know you mentioned Battle, but is anybody else helping you on the equipment side?
we're members of the growth program at Selkirk, and each school that goes through our program, we sign them up for the growth program, so that as Selkirk distributes the 3,000 paddles they're saying they're going to do this year, that we'll get a share of it. So one of our schools has them already. So I'm encouraged that will happen. But Battle Paddle here over the Rhine in Cincinnati has been very cooperative with us.
That's great. Well, Don, what can the club do, and maybe more importantly, the club members do to support your efforts over there? Anything we can do to help make it go even better?
Well, anybody can always help support the cause financially. Our website is www.pickleballineducation.org, and we have a place there where you can sign up for a newsletter, you can donate, you can give paddles, whatever. And we rely strictly on donations. So thus far, we've had a lot of support from the local community, and that's been very, very helpful. It's much easier to go out when you don't have to worry about raising money and spend our time getting into schools and actually teaching pickleball and playing with them. I went through a course with Mark Renison, who has Pickleball Coaching International, and he has a course for how to teach the teachers. And so we've received a lot of help from him and put together a program to make it easy to teach the teacher how to do very fundamental things, to get the kids playing, get them enjoying without logging them down or burdening them with a lot of rules and that sort of thing. Just make it fun.
Yep, that's awesome. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Mark and his teaching style. I've learned a lot just by watching him online.
Oh, yeah.
I've never even met the guy in person, but I've learned a lot from him. So
Yeah,
that's
he's a good guy.
Yeah. Maybe one last question. What's it going to take for us to bring this same level of energy and enthusiasm over to the other side of the river?
Well, I'm open. I'll be happy to help any way we can. You asked me that way back in the beginning when I first put it together, and I wanted to sow the seeds first and plant them and get things going. But now we have a program. I'd be happy to meet with you or any of the other ambassadors or whoever would like to do it in Hamilton County or Cincinnati school systems or wherever. I don't know, I put together a kind of a marketing plan, and we can exercise that plan with your people.
Awesome. Well, you're sowing great seeds, Don. I'm really happy to hear what you are doing. I was blown away when you shared some of the data with me and how much progress you have made.
One thing is kind of fun. We've learned playing with these kids. Part of what we teach is tapping paddles and saying, next time we'll do it better, or a really good shot, or I got your back, and that sort of thing. And we found that particularly in the more inner city schools, those kids are really appreciative of the teamwork and sportsmanship. And that's very refreshing to me in this society the culture we have, that the kids are still interested in doing that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And pickleball is a great thing toward that end. And when tapping paddles seems to be an insignificant kind of thing, but some people it's not. It's really a big deal.
Yeah. I don't know if you made it down to Sawyer Point at all this weekend, but I can't tell you how many 12 through 18-year-olds I saw playing really, really high level pickleball in this tournament this weekend. Yep. It was incredible. And it's they're going to be so good, so fast. It's going to blow your mind. So that is the future of pickleball for sure.
Absolutely. It's our job to try to have enough courts available for them to play on.
Yeah. Well, we got to keep working on that part, but yeah. All right, Don. Well, thanks again. I really appreciate it. And we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, Mitch.
Okay.